Welcome to another episode of Make It Yum. Today, I'll be guiding you through this soup. One day, it was my junior year of college, and I just decided to make soup. And making this soup and kind of just creating it based off of like how things are going was really fun. Just like a hug. Tastes like fall. Can't go wrong with soup, so you can go wrong with soup. But this is my version of yum. I love sweet potatoes. I've cooked my sweet potatoes down so much that it almost like melts in your mouth when you put it in. To me, that's the essence of a hug and what soup should do. So I'm gonna cut my sweet potatoes into little chunks, little squares, maybe like 1/2 inch size cubes. And my onion, I'm just gonna finely chop it because it's gonna be soup and I don't want stringy, long pieces of onions. Garlic will be minced, so it's almost undetectable. So you don't get chunks of garlic in your soup, but you get the whole essence of it. Additionally, I'm gonna rinse my black beans and I'm gonna rinse my quinoa. So yeah, I'm gonna get chopping. I'm gonna cry. You don't have to put in a full onion, but I consider onion to be a flavor, just another spice, even though it makes me cry sometimes. So feel free to put in the onion, and remember, it's a flavor too. You don't have to think about it as a whole bunch of other vegetable. So it's saute time. I'm gonna get started with some olive oil. That's gonna heat up on the pan. And I'm usually pretty bad at this, but it's always important to preheat your oil. Pause, breathe, take a moment. I have my chopped onions and garlic here in a bowl that are gonna go in right away. Also, what I'm going to do now in this initial saute phase is I'm going to add some cumin seeds. Toast them up with my onions and garlic. Toasted spices have a different flavor than spices that you just kind of stir in and add at the end. So I'm really hoping that the cumin seeds that I have will give it an extra depth of flavors. So the onions are starting to get a little shiny now. I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. I love this stuff. It's a great shortcut instead of adding tomatoes to your soup or to whatever you're doing. It's just super concentrated tomatoes. The only ingredients in this is tomatoes and salt, so easy peasy. No preservatives, no nothing. Also gonna just throw in a sprinkle of salt here. I'm gonna turn the heat on to medium now, because it looks like our onions have kind of done its thing. And I'm gonna throw in my sweet potatoes here. And sweet potatoes, in you go to join your onion and tomato friends and your cumin friends. I'm just going to throw in some water so that the potatoes can cook and we can turn this into soup. Now, you could use veggie stock or whatever other stock or liquid form you like to add, but I only have water with me, so we're going to make it work, make it yum. I'm gonna add the quinoas into the soup with water. And you might be wondering, okay, you're putting like raw potatoes, uncooked quinoa in, how much water should be in the pot? And I wish I had an answer, but I don't. I look and see what I like. If you like your soup to be more watery, then add more water. And if you want it to be a little bit more like stew, add a little less. Just remember that water evaporates. So if you get nervous about how much water is in the pot, it's gonna go away as you cook. And if you need more, you can always add more. Me being me, and it's 7:37 and I haven't had dinner yet, I'm just gonna crank up the heat and put a lid on with a little bit of air, right, so that the steam can go away. So I totally forgot, I wanted to add chili powder, preferably maybe before I put the water in and stuff, just to cook it down a little bit, but I'm sure if I sprinkle some in now, it'll still cook a little bit and be tasty. Also, I'm gonna add a bay leaf because I feel like bay leaf is very fall, it's very soupy. Bay leaves work. So I'm gonna add in 2 just because I'm like a flavor person, like I'm not afraid of flavor. If you want to be more cautious about it, that's fine. Dry bay leaves have flavor, fresh leaves are better. And if you take a fresh leaf and you put it on your forehead, it relieves headaches. Don't stir the pot. Here I am, stirring the pot. It's like beans too. Ugh, canned beans. So I just rinsed my black beans that I poured out into my strainer bowl. I'm gonna add it to my soup. So here we go. I just bought this power blend at Trader Joe's because they did good marketing on it with labeling it power, but all it is kale, chard, and spinach. Yum! It's starting to feel like stew. I'm excited. Also, I took a quick taste to check in on my potatoes. They're totally done. Super soft and mushy. I did notice, however, through that taste, is that I need to add a lot of salt. Potatoes can take a lot of salt. Soup can take a lot of salt. Remove the bay leaf, keep the garlic, add in some ground coriander. Give it a little. Soups are one thing that generally I make a lot of, and I'll keep it for the entire week. So they're one thing I always do try to taste before I decide it's done. Fuck, it's a little salty. If your soup's a little salty, A, you can add water, B, you can add stuff, more potato, more quinoa, more leaves, or just know that the potatoes will absorb it over time. And I have frozen kale, so I might add that. Oh, yum. I think it's ready. Off the heat. Time to eat soup. It's soup song time. Oh, I found my other bay leaf. Let's get it out. It's great to have it as is, but why not add some of pieces on here? Ooh. Give it a creamy element. Soup smells so good. It's warm in my hands. It's a cold day here in San Francisco, and I'm sure this will warm my soul, my heart, my belly, and I can't wait to dig in. Leave a comment. I probably know exactly who you are because I probably made you watch this video, but thanks for joining on another episode of Make It Yum.